first time staying at Fort Wilderness. I've been here a few times before for like dinners and just like look around and stuff, but I've never actually stayed here. So I'm going to figure all this out and share with you what I've learned and kind of like show you around, and because it can get a little confusing because it's such a big place, but I will make sure I figure everything out and show you around so that you can have a smooth trip here. So if you are getting off at one of the buses from like a park or Disney Springs, it's up there, which I'll go over to for a second. And if you are driving here, it's right here. You'll park here. So everything I'm about to show you right now is if you're getting dropped off or if you're parking. So this is like the very end of Fort Wilderness. Is Tri-Circle D Ranch is like where all the horses are and everything. And this is where you can check in for your trail rides. You can do trail rides and ride the horses, and that is where you check in for that. So right by the parking lot, you can check in and do the trail rides. Okay, then you take this path and they have tables and stuff where you can look at the horses and kind of wait for your trail ride to start. Over here, that's where the horses are. Hi, so cute. And this is where the bus stop is. So this is the Outpost bus station. The Outpost is where you would like check in for the resort and for getting your golf cart if you order one. So this is where you'd wait for the buses. And this is one of two of the bus, like the main bus stations here. One is on this side and one is on the totally other side of Fort Wilderness. I just wanted to come on to tell you something I learned later on, but this is where you board if you want to go to any of the parks. So Epcot, Hollywood Studios, Animal Kingdom, Disney Springs, and any of the water parks. This is the only station you can get to those. There is another station where you can get to Magic Kingdom, but this is where you'd go to get to any of the parks. All right, so here's a bus dropping off now. That's where I was just standing, and then you cross this path and it will take you to the Outpost Lodge, which is where you check in and get your golf cart. Okay, so I learned there's kind of like three main areas. The Outpost is, and where I am now, that's where you check in and get your golf carts. There's the Meadow, which has like some of the recreation, and it has a pool there, and that's like in the middle. And then Settlement is for like Hoop-Dee-Doo Review, Musical Review is, which is a fun table service dining. Trails End, which is the counter service, all of that. And then boat transportation to Magic Kingdom is at like the top. So Settlement, Meadow, Outpost, and then like all in between is cabins. All right, I'm just coming out of the lobby, and out those back doors is where you pick up your golf cart. So you can pick up your golf cart by checking in at this station here. Made it to our cabin. We have 2802. It's the Black Bear site. So this is the closest one to the Outpost. So it didn't take very long to get there, but it is a fairly spread out place. So just keep in mind. But this is what they look like. Ours is that orange one over there. I'll show you. I'll give you a tour in a second. But yeah, pretty cute. I definitely do suggest renting a golf cart if you come here and stay in one of the cabins, because ours was the closest to the Outpost and it still took like 2 minutes to drive, so it probably would have taken like 10 minutes to walk, and that was the closest one. So I definitely recommend, if you don't have a car, you can drive, like people drove to their sites, but if you don't have a car, definitely renting a golf cart. And there's our golf cart too. This is the outside. You have a table, some benches underneath, and some chairs over there with little Mickeys on them. Here's the door that you scan your Magic Band to, or your room key to get in. This is our view right off the front porch. There's trees. All right, coming in. Here is the overview of the living room and kitchen space. So I'm just gonna walk through it just without talking or anything, so you can just see like how big it is and get a feel for what it's like without me like zooming in and things like that. There we go. So I think I'm gonna go check out like the pools and the areas like that. I've been over to Pioneer Hall, which is where Trails End quick service restaurant and the gift shop, and where you can see the horses and all that. I haven't ever driven or been around like the other parts of the resort, so I'm excited to check it out and show you. I'm so excited to be here. So the pools have these little parking areas for the golf carts. However, there isn't one open right now. They're not very big parking areas, so just be aware of that, is that you might not have a spot to park. But this is the wilderness swimming pool. This is the quiet pool. And this is what it looks like. It's just a rectangle. There's no slide or anything because it's the quiet pool. There are bathrooms and water fountains over there, and life jackets that you can use too over there. Okay, so the Meadow Trading Post is where the Meadows swimming pool is, which is the main feature pool with like the splash pad and the slides and all of that. So you just cross this bridge. So it's about 2:30 p.m. right now, and there are a ton of people in the pool, so I'm not gonna film around there, but I'm gonna come back tomorrow morning and film it while it's empty. So I'm gonna insert that footage here, but just so you know, the footage that I insert's not taken right now, but I am at the feature pool right now, and it's really busy and packed. It looks super fun, but I don't wanna film a bunch of people just at the pool, so I'll insert that here. The meadow pool area, which is the feature pool, you have fishing at the fort, and you can rent fishing gear, and you can go out and fish, which is very, very neat. You can also do mining here for gemstones, for real gemstones. You can purchase that inside, which I'll show you in a second, and you can actually do some mining. So you would get the mining rough and then mine it through here. Nice. So the bike barn is where you can rent bikes, rent the fishing gear and the mining gear also. And it's right next to the meadow pool, which is again the feature pool. So if you find the pool, you can find the bike barn. And then you can also rent life jackets, and I think they make you wear those when you're out on one of the boats. Okay, I was over by the fishing stuff, and something caught my eye, a really cool golf cart that is clearly someone's, that they own the golf cart, they didn't rent it, but it was really cool, so I wanted to show you it. Okay, you can also do archery, so you can, where I just was at the bike rental place, you can rent the archery stuff. But sorry, sidetracked. Here is the golf cart that I just saw. It's Mater. It is so cute. I don't know how they did that. Like, look at that though. His actual teeth are sticking out. That is so cool. Lil Mater, that is so cute. I am obsessed with this. It is really, really, really adorable. Those eyes on the thing. Love it. Okay, and then also right near the bike rental, the meadow pool, the archery, where I'm still am, right next door is the Chippendales Campfire sing-along area. So every night, Chippendale hosts a campfire sing-along. So the campfire is 7:30 to 9:30, and the sing-along starts at 8. And then at 8:40, so I'm assuming the sing-along goes till about 8:30, and then at 8:40, the movie Under the Stars happens here. And these are the movies. And then here's the area where the campfire and the movie happen. So we're gonna check it out tonight, the campfire, so stay tuned for that. But here's where the seating is. So cute. And it says supplies, campfires, sing-alongs, s'mores, and more. Okay, so the Meadow Trading Post is a gift shop. So it is. It's so cute in here. Oh, cute. Yeah, it's pretty big. It's bigger than the one on the other. There's another gift shop here that I don't know the name. I'll figure it out later when I show you it. But it's not as big as this. I've been to that one before, over by like Hoop-Dee-Doo Review. It's over there. This one's like in the middle of the resort. Those are cool. It's almost Halloween season. Oh, these are so cute. I always love ears, but then they always end up hurting my ears, so I don't ever wear them. But these are adorable. I love these. Yeah, so all of the resorts have their own merch. So here's some of the Fort Wilderness merch. Oh, Hoop-Dee-Doo Review shirt. Oh, cute. And this is also where you'd pick up anything like food that you need, since we all have kitchens in the cabins, and bottled beverages. There's Lunchables, bacon, hot dogs. Each one does have a grill, by the way. And then, yeah, there's a lot of food options here. So I've just been driving around on the golf cart, and you just kind of follow the road and follow the signs, and it's not really hard to navigate. You just kind of follow the road, honestly, and it takes you to wherever you want to go. But this is Pioneer Hall, which I would say is like the most popular section of the resort, because it's where you have Trails End, which is the quick service options here for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Rip to it being a table service. If you remember, I don't know, like 5+ years ago, it used to be a table service buffet, and it was really good. I haven't eaten there yet for quick service, but I will eventually sometime in the next 2 days and let you know, and I'll show that. And that's also where Hoop-Dee-Doo Review is. So this is where Trails End is, and then right next door you have Pioneer Hall, which is where Hoop-Dee-Doo Review is. It is a dinner show and family-style dining experience where you have like home-style cooking, like barbecue and things like that, and it's supposed to be amazing and super duper fun. I have never had the pleasure of doing that yet. I will sometime. I know I will, but I just haven't yet. This is Trails End, this quick service. So your food options are on the left. Looks like they have pizza, sandwiches, salads, things like that, and then also grab-and-go items. So it looks like meatloaf, chicken sandwiches, cheeseburgers, skillets, pizzas. So it looks like lunch and dinner goes from 11 a.m. to 10 p.m. So breakfast must end at 11. They also have like home style meals like skillets, and then also like family size meals too that feeds more than one person. Here's the drink station. And then all the Disney resorts have an arcade. So this one's called the Wilderness Arcade. I'm just gonna check it out. So here's what it looks like. There's some good like vintagey games like Pac-Man's Pixel Dash, Galaga. Oh, there's more down here. Fruit Ninja. And over here. And you can see the new resort going up over there, construction. Crockett's Tavern is a bar, and you can get to-go drinks at this window here, but then also there's an actual bar with bar stools and stuff on the inside, kind of by Trails End, so I'll show you that. So it's right below Trail's End. Trail's End is up there. And then Crockett's Tavern's down here. Okay, and then Pioneer Hall is right there. That's where I just came from. And then you just take a little path over here, and that's where you can get to the boats where you can go fishing. So this is another spot where you can rent fishing equipment. It's called Fishing at the Fort. And there's a little beach. So you can chill out at on some of the chairs over here by the beach and sand. So you can rent a boat, go out on Bay Lake, and you can also, this is where you'd catch the boat to go to Magic Kingdom also, and Wilderness Lodge. So it looks like you can do a guided bass fish excursion. That's cool, and a fireworks cruise. It's nice. I also wanted to bring up, I don't think I mentioned this before, but there's not just cabins here. You can also bring like your RV or camper here too, and they have like campsites. So it's not just the resort style cabins. You can also rent a site to bring your tent or RV or camper. So kind of cool too. It's like an actual campground. Also have another gift shop that's near Pioneer Hall that's called the Trading Post. This one's a bit smaller than the other one, but still really cutely themed. Lots of merch. It has like a musty kind of cabiny smell in here, and I'm really liking it. Just makes me feel like I'm camping. This one's called Settlement Trading Post. Okay, this is Hoop-Dee-Doo Review Pioneer Hall where I was just pointing to. Then you just walk a little further and you get to the buses. Those buses, the only bus that comes here for the parks is Magic Kingdom. And this is where all the internal buses come to. So if you want to go to your cabin and you don't have a golf cart or anything, you can come here to catch a bus to your cabin. And then a little farther back, so right over there, is where you see the horses in the Tri-Circle D Ranch. If you want to get the bus to any of the other parks, like Epcot, Hollywood Studios, Animal Kingdom, you have to go to the very opposite end of the resort and go to the Outpost, which is like the front where like the check-in and all that is. So if your cabin is close near the settlement, you're gonna have to take a bus or drive your golf cart all the way to the Outpost to park there for the day to board the bus for any of the parks besides Magic Kingdom. So the routes within, if you don't have a golf cart or a bike or anything like that, you can take the bus routes, the internal bus. The orange, yellow, and purple all go to different places. So like for example, if you're in the Black Bear Ridge, which we are, you could take either the purple or the orange bus to the bus stop by those cabins, but the yellow one doesn't go right up to it. So just make sure you know like which cabin area you're in, and then find out which bus routes go to your cabins. And you catch the bus over by Hoop-Dee-Doo over here. And then also, see, this is Outpost Orange. So if I didn't have a golf cart, I could just get on this bus and it would take me over to my cabin. All right, but the reason I'm heading over this way is to show you the Tri-Circle D Ranch, which is where they keep the horses. So Tri-Circle D Ranch, this area over here is relatively new. They always had the ranch on property, but they built a little bit nicer one. But this one is a little bit nicer and newer, and this is where they keep the horses that, you know, are used around Disney World. So like for example, in the Halloween parade, they have the Headless Horseman's horse that rides in the parade, and that horse is kept here. The horses that pull the carriages for weddings are kept here. So it's kind of cool, and you can come visit them. It closes at 5 p.m. so just make sure you get over here by 5. But, oh, this one's taking a nap. Hi. This one's name is Samson. He's taking a nap. He looks so cute. He's tired. They're eating. You cannot pet them, but you can take pictures with them and just watch them. There's another one there. And then over there they also have pony rides for kids. See a little pony? They take you for a ride. All around here is their little pathway. Very cute. They're really cute ponies. Hi, horsey. Very cute. Also, there is a dog park here, and the dog park here is called Wagon Trails Dog Park, and the sign is really cute. And yeah, it's pretty big. It's a big open, well, gated off place. Oh, the dog is so cute. And yeah, lots of people playing with their dogs, and it's a really big place. And there's also another like playground over there too. People roasting marshmallows. Chip and Dale should be coming out any second now. Woo!
Women rush the stage. Laughter kind of hurts my feelings, but that's fine. King of the road, we're going to try a quick rehearsal. I'm a man of means, by no means. When Chip and Dale start cooking up some sensational corporation, they are Chip and Dale. Chip and Dale here. It's Chip and Dale, the great sensational corporation. They are Chip and Dale.
Okay, it's a new day now. We're actually checking out in a few hours. I didn't say this last night, but we were really bummed because as soon as Chip and Dale came out for their Campfire sing-along songs, like they did one song and then there was lightning in the area, so they had to cancel the show, and everyone was really disappointed because the place was actually packed and it looked like it was going to be a really fun time. But, you know, they had to do it for safety, so I get it. But it was just kind of disappointing because I was really looking forward to seeing it. And I know a lot of the kids and families were too. But I totally get it because they have to be safe. And we want everyone to be safe. But yeah, they made us all clear out. And then they said that the movie Under the Stars would be delayed. So they were planning to still show it. I didn't go to watch it or anything. We didn't go to watch it. But they said the movie was going to be delayed until there was no longer lightning. But the show, the Campfire Chip and Dale show, was just full on canceled. So it was kind of a bummer, but at least we got to see them come out in one song. And they were so cute, but yeah, it was kind of disappointing. But so I think we're just gonna, they have some like cool coffee drinks in, we just got breakfast. So I'll insert that footage here. So here's an empty Trails End. It was actually really peaceful in the morning, which I wasn't expecting because it was right before the parks opened. My mom got the bacon, egg, and cheese croissant and the potato barrels, and she said the potato barrels were just okay, but the croissant sandwich was really good. And I got Mickey waffles, and they were delicious because Mickey waffles are always good. And the bacon was just like standard bacon, nothing special about it, but the waffles really hit the spot. Overall, I had such a great time at Fort Wilderness. It was so fun to do something new that I've never done on Disney World property before. I loved like the wilderness vibe, and I would highly recommend if you like being kind of like in a peaceful area, definitely recommending the Black Bear campsite because we were really far from like any activity, and it was kind of fun to drive the golf cart around, so that didn't bother us, and it was just so peaceful. We were actually the first cabin in the site, so we were by all these trees, and it was just a really fun experience. It's like it kind of didn't really even feel like we were at a Disney resort because it was so different. So it was just really fun, and I highly recommend it. But yeah, I had a great time, and I hope you enjoyed this video. Thanks for watching. Bye.